First question, what do you feel your team's strengths heading into the upcoming season?
I think our strengths coming into this season are going to be, basically we've got kids that really care about basketball. I think they really want to be good. They're excited to get on the practice court. They're eager to learn. And they genuinely have a great enthusiasm for the game of basketball.
All right. What are your biggest concerns heading into the season, such as replacing key players or things you feel your team needs to improve on?
Well, I think anytime you go into the season, we've only got 2 returning players, Ryan Doherty and Robson Minnan, and they're both great leaders. But we have a new group of kids coming in. But so far, the chemistry's been good. I think they care about each other. I think they care about doing the right thing and want to improve as basketball players. And I think that's going to be very positive for us as the season goes along.
What will be the keys to success for your team this year?
I think growing as basketball players, I think what we need to work on is being consistent throughout a 40-minute basketball game. You know, last year we had times where we were as good as anybody in the country, but unfortunately our consistency, we didn't sustain that very well last year. And the teams that win the conference titles, the teams that are really good, are very consistent over a 40-minute period. And that's what really separates the average teams from the great teams is consistency. And once this team is committed to being consistent and disciplined, which takes a lot of discipline to be consistent, if we're disciplined enough to do that, you know, we can be as good as anybody in the country.
What are your overall expectations for the 2011-12 season?
Well, we have high expectations like every year that we do when we come into the season. And our expectations every year is to try to win the conference title. You know, our younger players, if they come around, then we've got a chance to accomplish that goal, which I think they will. You know, I think we're going to be really good come second semester. I think come February and March that it'll all start to come together. But you know, we've just got to approach it that you know, unfortunately with the regions, we got to approach it that all those games count. It's not like the NCAA, how you do towards the end of the season. It's how you do throughout the whole body of work. And we've been practicing hard, and we've played, you know, some good preseason games. We've got Drury, who's nationally ranked. We got Central Oklahoma here, who's ranked in the top 5 in the country, coming in here, who put it on us last year, the first game of the season. So we've got some marquee games before we even start our conference. Then we open up with Central Missouri, who is ranked in one of the top teams in our conference, and I think in the nation for that matter. So we need to be ready to go early, and I think our kids are real excited to get going.
All right. Who are some key newcomers, and what do they bring to enhance your team?
Well, Davion Zellner right now is, as far as the post presence and having camps, are 2, I think they're going to be fine post guys for us. Davion can score inside, he can step out and score. He's athletic, he's tough. Abner gives us a big, thick body inside. He's got good athleticism, and he's really just starting to come into his own. Abner will be a senior this year. Davion will be a junior. So in the post players, those guys are pretty good. Kyle Sloan is getting better. He reminds me a lot of Nick Kovacevic. He just brings it every day and doesn't do anything great, but does everything really well, which ironically makes you a great player in this league. And then Preston Guiot is here. He redshirted last year at Utah, and you know, it's going to be dependent on his growth and how well he matures into this league as a freshman. Those 2 guards have been pretty impressive for us. And of course, Ryan Doherty is about as steady as they come, and he's our captain, he's our leader. And Rob Minnan has really improved from last year to this year. He's getting better and better every time I see him. So we've got a lot of positive things going for us. That gives us 6 really solid players, and we need to get about 3 more guys to step up to really be a part of our rotation there.
All right, where do you feel your leadership will come from on your team on and off the court?
Well, you know, it all starts with Ryan Doherty. Ryan Doherty's a 4.0 student. He's been a 2-year starter coming into this year. You know, he's been MIAA Player of the Week about 4 or 5 times in his career. I think Ryan is really going to set the tone. I think with your upperclassmen, Rob Minnan is not really a vocal leader, but he's a great follower in terms of following the right people, if you will. and with him, and you know, we've got a good group of guys. David Zellner is much older. Jacob Trail is older, so we've got some older guys that are just a little bit more mature. They know what it's all about, and I think they'll lead this team in the right direction.